Hi guys, Craig Rivers here from Rivers and Outdoors. Everybody's always talking about being prepared. You got to be prepared for this, prepared for that. So I'm going to talk about something that has to do with preparations, but not necessarily in the prepper sense where it's a bug out situation. So come along with me and check out my video. Okay, so what I want to talk about is water. Now, the preppers have all these different kinds of scenarios for water and whatnot, but what I wanted to say is that where I live, we have reasonable amount of water, pretty good water, although we've been through a couple, 2-3 years of droughts, so a lot of the creeks and streams and even the springs have been dried up lately. And something I learned at a very early age when I was going up in the hills, I used to go up and explore some mine shafts that were way up in the hills up here, up above my ranch. And to get into where they were, it was a couple-hour hike. And my dad always told me, hey, take water with you when you're going up in the hills. And of course, like an idiot, I never did, and I suffered for it. So over the years, what I did is I learned to take a bunch of water with me. Up in the hills, for me, when I was younger, not bringing enough water kind of became a real problem. A couple times I got kind of dehydrated. The thing is, with the water around here, when I was a kid, you could go to any ranch around here. I mean, any of them around here. Drink water out of the faucet, and it was just outstanding, good, clear water. It's not the same today. And so I like to bring water with me. And the thing to do is bring a bunch. Now, what I don't understand is how the bushcrafters go out for 2 or 3 days and they got a little canteen like this. How do you do that? They must be getting water somewhere. I've never figured that out. So I typically bring a couple of these 4-quart canteens. Now they're big and they're a little bit heavier, but if you have 2 of them, what you can do if you're going on a long hike, you can take one part way in on your hike and stash it, and then take the other one with you when you go in, and then when you're coming out, when you're about halfway out, you got your reserve. And you can always come back and hit your reserve if you start having trouble. But this will give you enough water where you can at least cook a cup of coffee. I mean, this thing, I don't know how you would do that. I think these were, originally like battlefield canteens. And so these are good canteens, and I've seen big aluminum ones, and I've even seen Boy Scout ones that are like this with the nozzle on the side, so they're a little bit easier to pour. This thing is actually, these are 4 quarts, I believe. 4 quarts. That's a lot of water. So if you have 2 of them, that's 8 quarts. And like I say, I don't know how the bushcrafters and the wilderness people go out there, because I mean, I need a gallon of water just for one day, especially if it's hot. I just don't know how they do it. And I've only seen a couple of people that bring a gallon jug of water with them, but other than that, most of them, they're just dealing with these little canteens. Now, these little canteens are pretty good, because the cool thing about them is they come with a cup on the bottom. And the cup, you can actually cook in it and make yourself some bouillon or whatever you want to cook that you can cook in one of these cups. So that's pretty handy. Not that I would go on hikes during the day where I would have to cook. I usually just brought a sandwich or a bunch of jerky and stuff. But these cups are pretty cool. You can, like I say, cook your bouillon in there, or you can do, actually, you know, if you had just one of these in the cold months, I could do it with one of these and bring my cup, bring some bouillon, bring some sardines, bring some crackers. I'm kind of good to go. So that being said, at Walmart, what you can get is you can get the little tablets to purify water. And if you're drinking creek water, this would be pretty good. Now, these were designed for the military. However, you would not want to do this on a regular basis because it would probably make you sick. This stuff is considered insecticides because basically it kills the bugs and the germs in the water and whatnot. So it's an actual insecticide. And if you dispose of it, you got to dispose of it properly. The thing is it's got iodine tablets, and then it's got a tablet to fix the flavor of the water so you don't taste that nasty iodine in there. I've never actually used them, but I know people that swear by them, and I actually knew people that used them in Vietnam, so I do know they work. Now, if you look at one of these standard military canteen covers, they have a little pouch there, and what that's for is that's for your little bottle of iodine tablets. So you basically, you know, fill your canteen up, put a tablet in there, wait a few minutes, shake it up, wait a few minutes, and you're good to go for water. I think it's very important to have plenty of water with you. And actually later on, when I had my cabin, what I had, because I didn't have a water source there, is I had a big 5-gallon jug that I filled up with water. I'd fill it up at the ranch, and I'd go up to the cabin, and in 5 gallons, it'll last you the weekend. Can't do a lot of washing dishes and whatnot, but it'll last you. The other thing is you can get these 4-packs of these Life Straws. Now this is another thing, I haven't tried it yet, but I imagine it would work good. Everything I've read about them, all the videos I've seen, I mean, people carry these things, and I'll tell you what, one of these things is light. And I mean, you're supposed to be able to get 1,000 gallons out of one of these. Well, that's a lot of damn water. And a little light thing like this, the only thing I don't like about it is all plastic and everything. If people drop them or lose them, well, they're going to end up in the ocean, of course. But you can get a 4-pack of them. And they're inexpensive, and that would be good for your family. I mean, if you're going out on a family outing, to throw one in each one of the kids' packs with light sticks and all the other stuff you need for surviving. So, again, I want to emphasize, water is real important. And I'm not worried about it in the prepper sense that, you know, if SHTF, whatever, I know where all the wells and springs and everything are around here in the hills, and I can always drop a bucket down a well and get water. So I'm not going to I'm not even going to think about trying to stockpile water. Heck, I got, just to be able to run water on the ranch and water the cattle and everything, I got, you know, a few thousand gallons in storage. And so it's not really a problem for me, but I do like clean tasting water, especially if I'm out hiking and whatnot. I want to be able to guzzle it. I don't want to force myself to drink it. And the other thing you might consider is there's these little electrolyte tablets that you can dissolve in your water. And, you know, if you don't, you know, you don't want to have to pack around a Gatorade. They're kind of heavy. Excuse me. But you can take a standard water bottle and crunch one up, put it in there, and they taste okay, and they do help. I've drank them before. They help when I'm out here working. I get hot. The thing I don't like is I don't like the water issues that are in our future. I don't particularly care for all these plastic water bottles all over the place. I see them everywhere. They blow, they end up in the creeks, and once they end up in the creeks, they end up in the ocean. They're just a disaster. You know, and of course, when we were all kids, you could go up to a drinking fountain and the water tastes great. Now, I get out of this area into other areas, and I found that. There was a little town I visited up in the foothills of the Sierras, and I tasted the water in the drinking fountain. It was like, holy smokes, this water's good. And I mean, I guzzled it. Filled up my canteens, filled up all my water bottles. I filled up everything. And so, yeah. Okay, I believe that's about it. I hope everybody's doing well out there. This is Craig Rivers from Rivers End Outdoors. I think I said enough, and I will see you on the next video. Bye now.